You were my inspiration. Do you believe it? You! That lunch was the defining moment of my life.
I'm blown away!
Are you blown? You like that?
If you wish to attain fluency in English, knowing idiomatic phrases is a must. English has emerged as the dominant world language, opening up a world of opportunities for those proficient in it. So buckle up, it's time to dive into the colorful world of English idioms.
The name of our first phrase is, "You're killing me." The meaning of this phrase is, to be causing a great deal of stress, anxiety, or difficulty. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is frequently. Now let's have Clara give a more detailed description of this phrase.
The name of our first phrase is, "You're killing me." This expression is often used when someone or something is causing you stress, anxiety, or difficulty. Imagine you're in a situation where your friend keeps telling jokes one after the other, and you're trying to concentrate on something else. You might exclaim, "Your jokes are killing me," to express that their behavior is overwhelming you. Now let's take a look at some video clips that are examples of this phrase.
All right, fine. I only have one thought. It's about the hot nanny. I gotta see her.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Joe.
Now you're telling me I can't see her? You guys are killing me. She's forbidden fruit.
In this clip, after Joey realizes that Chandler and his friends are not going to let him pursue a nanny, he says, "You're killing me." He is saying this because he thinks his friends are making his life difficult for him.
What are you doing? $250's already the discounted price.
Will you shut up?
I'll tell you what, I'll go $235.
Nope, maybe another time.
Okay, $225, my final offer. Take it, take it.
200.
Man, you're killing me. I'm killing you, I can't breathe.
In this clip, after Leonard tells Stuart, the owner of a comic store, that he is unwilling to pay more than $200 for a product, Stuart says, "You're killing me." Stuart is saying that Leonard is making his life difficult by not being willing to pay more money.
Who are you here to see?
I'm just gonna tell you the truth.
Oh, you are killing me.
We don't have an appointment. We're just fans of Mr. Lucas's work, and we thought we'd take a shot and see if we could get in and look around.
In this clip, after Leonard is unwilling to take Sheldon's advice about how to get past a guard, Sheldon says, "Oh, you are killing me." Sheldon is saying that since Leonard is unwilling to take his advice, he feels they probably won't get past the guard, and he will be upset. And just to summarize, "You're killing me" can mean different things, but for this video, it means, "You're making things difficult for me." The name of our second phrase is, "The coast is clear." The meaning of this phrase is, it is safe to proceed because there is no danger of being caught. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is, occasionally. Now let's have Clara give a more detailed description of this phrase.
The name of our next phrase is, "The coast is clear." This phrase is used when it is safe to proceed because there is no danger of being caught. Imagine you're a little kid sneaking cookies from the jar. You could whisper to your sibling, "The coast is clear, Mum is in the garden." It's a fun way of saying, "We're safe for now, let's go ahead." Now let's take a look at some video clips that are examples of this phrase.
All right, we're excited. First day of school, here we go. We're ready to learn, to get some knowledge. Now, what's the one thing we have to remember about the ocean?
It's not safe.
That's my boy. So, first, we check to see that the coast is clear. We go out and back in. And then we go out.
In this clip, after Marlin tells his son Nemo that the ocean is dangerous, he instructs him to check outside his home each morning to be sure the coast is clear. Marlin is saying that each morning, Nemo should make sure that there are no dangerous animals outside their home that could hurt him.
pull my string. The birthday party's today?
Okay, everybody. Coast is clear.
In this clip, Woody tells all of the other toys that the coast is clear. Woody is telling the other toys that all humans are now out of the area, and they can now come out and socialize.
Well, you can stay at my house until then. My parents won't mind because they won't even know about it. All right, the coast is clear. There's a box you can sleep in.
Thanks.
In this clip, after Bart agrees to allow a homeless man to stay in his home, he checks inside and says, "The coast is clear." Bart is saying that there is nobody in the house that might object to him helping this homeless man. And just to summarize, the coast is clear means that there is no danger. You can freely pass through a region without risk of discovery. The name of our third phrase is blown away. The meaning of this phrase is to be very impressed or excited about something. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is occasionally. Now let's have Clara give a more detailed description of this phrase.
Our third phrase is blown away. This expression is used when something really impresses us or gets us super excited. For instance, you might say, "I was blown away by the fireworks display." It's like the fireworks were so fantastic, they metaphorically blew you away with their brilliance. It's a fun phrase that really emphasizes how amazing or thrilling something is. Now let's take a look at some video clips that are examples of this phrase.
And do you know why? It's because of that talk we had. You were my inspiration. Do you believe it? You! That lunch was the defining moment of my life. I'm blown away! Are you blown? Blown! You like that?
In this clip, after George tells Jerry that some advice he gave him has changed his life, Jerry says, "I'm blown away." Jerry is telling George that he is very impressed and surprised about what he is hearing.
Well, I got an early day at work, so I probably...
Come on, I'm buying. Come on.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, man. I am blown away right now. Dude, you used to be fat, Robbie. Look at you. This is like a total transformation, man. You look like Hercules or somebody.
In this clip, after Calvin reunites with Bob, his old high school classmate, he says that he is blown away by Bob's appearance. Calvin is saying that he is impressed and shocked at how much weight Bob has lost and how good he now looks.
No, you're right. It's like when I first encountered the Pythagorean theorem. No, I was blown away that the square of the hypotenuse was the sum of the squares of the opposite sides. Yeah, but now I'm just like,
In this clip, Sheldon is saying how at one time in his life, he had felt blown away when he came to understand a geometry concept. Sheldon is saying that at one time in his life, he had been impressed and amazed by a certain geometry concept. And just to summarize, blown away means to make someone very surprised or excited. The name of our fourth phrase is pass the time. The meaning of this phrase is to do something to keep busy while waiting. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is occasionally. Now let's have Clara give a more detailed description of this phrase.
Our next exploration is the phrase pass the time. This refers to an activity one does to stay occupied during idle moments. Imagine this: you're on a bus, heading home, and there's nothing to hold your attention. Instead of staring blankly out of the window, you bring out your smartphone from your purse and start searching the web. In this situation, you could express, "I searched the web to pass the time during the ride." Now, let's examine some video clips that illustrate this phrase in action.
I've got some bad news. There's no cell service in here.
Oh. Well, that's all right. There were plenty of ways to pass the time before smartphones were invented.
Ooh, that's true.
I'll look them up.
In this clip, after Leonard tells Sheldon that there is no cell phone service in the shop, Sheldon says that there must be other ways to pass the time. Sheldon is saying that for many years there were no smartphones, so there must be other ways to spend time while waiting for something, or someone.
You all right? Of course I'm all right. I'm here with my girl, Nina. And what better way to pass the time than gabbing with my best friend, with whom there are no secrets.
In this clip, George is telling Jerry that there is no better way to pass the time than talking with his best friend. George is telling Jerry that he enjoys spending free time chatting with his best friend while waiting for the plane to land.
I said it all worked out. I got my reputation back on Airbnb, and Dottie got a comeuppance.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't care.
Oh, I just thought we could share some conversation to pass the time.
You're the lady who yelled at me in the coffee shop.
In this clip, Lois is on a ferry, and while waiting to arrive at her destination, she decides to pass the time by talking to the man sitting next to her. Lois is saying that she thinks it's a good idea to chat with a stranger sitting near her while waiting to arrive at her destination. And just to summarize, pass the time means to do something while you wait for a specific time or event. Okay, a quick note to our community members. Now please understand that research suggests that we need to see information 5 to 7 times for it to transition from short-term memory to long-term memory. So please review these phrases whenever you have time, and try to practice using them when speaking to others. Okay, time for a quick joke. What did the number 50 do when it got hungry? 50. 8. The name of our fifth phrase is take a stand. The meaning of this phrase is to take a position in opposition to someone or something. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is occasionally. Now let's have Clara give a more detailed description of this phrase.
The name of our fifth phrase is take a stand. This phrase is used when someone decides to act in support of their beliefs. Imagine, for example, a situation where someone feels that a rule is unjust. Instead of just accepting it, they might choose to protest against this rule. In this case, we'd say, she decided to take a stand and protest against the unfair rules. It's about making a choice to act, rather than stay silent. Now let's take a look at some video clips that are examples of this phrase.
You're sitting in my spot.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Leonard, she's in my spot.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. After you leave, I still have to live with him.
I don't care. I'm taking a stand.
In this clip, after Sheldon tells Penny that he wants her to move out of the spot that he normally sits, Penny says no, that she's taking a stand against such foolish behavior. Penny is saying that she is refusing to agree with Sheldon's rule because it is so illogical.
I fear this is going to be a difficult one to play. Alex, There's a very strong feeling in the party. We mustn't allow ourselves to be bullied from pillar to post like the last government.
Yeah. This is our first really important test. Let's take a stand.
Right.
In this clip, one of the cabinet members of the English Prime Minister says that they need to take a stand against the American president. The cabinet member is saying that they need to protest against the way the American president treats their government at times.
These are their minds they're messing with. We don't even know the long-term damage. Now, obviously, short of requiring your analysis at the SATs, we can't monitor who is or isn't using, but we can take a stand against the ones who are brazen about it.
In this clip, the lawyer for Harvard University says that they need to take a stand against students that use drugs to assist them when they take tests. The lawyer is saying that they need to take action against and prosecute students that use drugs to assist them when taking tests. And just to summarize, take a stand means to defend one's point of view or beliefs. The name of our sixth phrase is, don't beat yourself up. The meaning of this phrase is, to try not to be angry with yourself. To not be critical of yourself. To not blame yourself. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is occasionally. Now let's have Clara give a more detailed description of this phrase.
Our sixth phrase is, don't beat yourself up. This phrase is a gentle reminder not to be overly critical of oneself. It's often used when someone is feeling guilty or regretful about a mistake they've made. For instance, imagine your friend missed an important deadline at work and they're feeling pretty down about it. You might tell them, don't beat yourself up, everyone makes mistakes. It's a way of saying, it's okay, you're human, mistakes happen. Now let's take a look at some video clips that are examples of this phrase.
I'm going out tonight. Would it be crazy to ask you to look at the outfit I'm gonna wear?
Oh, not crazy at all. And don't beat yourself up. When I was your age, you could have me for a car ride and a bottle of strawberry wine.
In this clip, after Penny says that she has not done well in her dating history, and asks for advice about what to wear, Mrs. Cooper says, don't beat yourself up about the past. Mrs. Cooper is telling Penny not to feel angry with herself about the past, because everyone makes mistakes in their life.
Tell me about it. The kids could have screamed bloody murder and you wouldn't have woken up. Which I know because they did.
I'm sorry. Why did I think I could do this on my own?
Hey, don't beat yourself up. Parenting is hard.
In this clip, after Howard expresses frustration with his inability to care for his children very well, Raj says, don't beat yourself up. Raj is saying, don't be angry with yourself because you're struggling with parenting skills, because being a parent is difficult.
You're not gonna make me say all the stuff I learned from you now, are you?
Well, you'd have learned a heck of a lot more from your dad. I was a pretty poor substitute.
Don't beat yourself up. Lately, you've shown some real promise.
Oh, please.
In this clip, after Ronan says that he doesn't feel he has guided Nod very well during his lifetime, Nod says, don't beat yourself up. Nod is saying that Ronan should not be angry or sad with himself about watching over him. Nod says that Ronan has provided some great advice at certain times. And just to summarize, don't beat yourself up means, don't blame or criticize yourself, usually in a way that is unfair or unnecessary. All of us here at TD English hope that you're enjoying these videos, but we need your help. The YouTube algorithm doesn't really support us because we are a young channel. If you enjoyed these videos, Please spread the word by copying the link to this video to Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, or any other form of social media that you use. We need our community of English learners to work together to allow us to produce more of this content. We also want to thank all of you for subscribing and helping us. It is greatly appreciated. The name of our last phrase is, bear with me. The meaning of this phrase is, to be patient and wait while someone does something. With regards to how often a phrase like this is used, I would say that the frequency is occasionally. Now let's have Clara give a more detailed description of this phrase.
The final idiomatic phrase of this video that we will examine is, bear with me. A curious expression, isn't it? It simply means asking for patience while you complete a task. Imagine a presenter juggling complex ideas, asking his audience to bear with him. A charming way to request a little wiggle room, don't you think? Now let's take a look at some video clips that are examples of this phrase.
All right, if we're gonna break out of here, we gotta get past these guards.
Well, I got an idea. It won't be pretty, but bear with me. Oh no, I fell out of my wheelchair!
In this clip, Joe tells his friends that he has an idea how to escape from the prison and asks his friends to bear with him while he tries to carry out his plan. Joe is asking his friends to be patient and allow him to try to put his plan into action.
Sheldon, we are on a serious time crunch. We can't do this without you. Can you please pull it together?
I'm sorry. Yes, of course.
Thank you.
You should please bear with me if I display symptoms of caffeine withdrawal.
No worries.
In this clip, after Leonard asks Sheldon to focus on a project that they're working on, Sheldon says that they should try to bear with him if he displays symptoms of caffeine withdrawal. Sheldon is asking his friends to be patient with him if he appears abnormal, because he has stopped drinking coffee.
But you know, Bob, that'll only make someone work just hard enough not to get fired.
Would you bear with me for just a second, please?
Okay.
What if, and believe me,
This is so hypothetical.
In this clip, after Peter says that people will only work hard enough to not get fired, Bob, an employment consultant, asks Peter to bear with him while he makes a suggestion. Bob is asking Peter to be patient and listen to an idea that he wants to present to Peter. And just to summarize, bear with me is used when someone is asking another person to be patient and listen carefully.
Today, we've demystified 7 fascinating idioms, starting from "you're killing me," a phrase denoting stress or hardship, to the all-clear sign, "the coast is clear." We've delved into "blown away," signifying exhilaration or admiration, and "pass the time," a way to keep occupied while waiting. Our journey proceeded with "take a stand," an idiom encouraging action based on your beliefs. "Don't beat yourself up," as a gentle reminder not to be overly critical. And finally, "bear with me," an appeal for patience. We appreciate your time and hope you found this session useful. We're looking forward to discussing more such vibrant idioms in our upcoming video. Until then, keep polishing your language skills.
Now here's some multiple choice questions to check your understanding of this material.